Namaste. Today I am going to talk about bank reconciliation statement, or the short form is BRS. I'll tell you the simplest way of understanding and solving all the sums related to BRS with just plus and minus. BRS is not a part of double entry system of bookkeeping. What I mean is, in this we are not going to consider the debit and credit. Okay, it is just a method or technique to reconcile bank balance in cash book with the bank balance as per bank statement or bank passbook. Now what do I mean by this? In double column cash book we have two columns. One is the cash column and one is the bank column, both on credit side and on the debit side. Whatever is there in the cash book under the bank column, we are going to consider that, and the passbook that the bank issues to us regarding our account in the bank. Now why BRS is made? BRS is made to ensure that errors, if any, are corrected and any transaction which is omitted is recorded. Whatever we are doing in our cash book may or may not match with whatever the bank people are doing with our passbook or with our account entries. Okay. Now I say I have a cash book. This is my book. I have a passbook which is given by bank to me. So this all passbook is from the bank point of view. Now reasons why there is usually a difference between cash book and passbook is, it could be difference due to timing. Suppose I have issued a check but it is not presented for payment. Alright. Or I have deposited a check into a bank thinking that I have received money and I have entered it into my cash book, but the same is not yet cleared by the bank. Alright, so these two reasons could be the reason for the difference between both the books. Second is transactions recorded by the bank without our notice. There could be some charges, some interest received, some income received, which bank has received and we are not aware about it. Okay, it is directly gone into the bank or deducted by the bank. So like bank charges made, interest credited, dividend collected, there are a lot of things. Another reason could be errors and omissions. We have forgot to make an entry in our cash book regarding some of the payments, or we have made some error in the amount. Like suppose check of rupees 1000 recorded as rupees 10,000 in our cash book. So of course there will be a difference between our cash book and the bank passbook. Alright. The most important point is the steps for making BRS. Decide what to take as a starting point. Whether you want to take balance as per cash book or you want to take balance as per passbook. Usually in examples or in questions, you will find that both are given. So it is up to you to make a choice. Whatever you want to take as a starting point, you can take that in the starting. Next step is make two columns. One is the plus item column and the other one is the minus item column. Then third is write all the transactions one by one and then put them in plus or minus columns. Then step number 4 is total both the columns. The plus column also you total, minus column also you total. Then take the difference. Now put that difference in the shorter amount total. If there is a plus item is more than the minus item, then the difference should be put in the minus side to balance both the sides. End point means if the cash book is the starting point, then passbook is the end point, and vice versa. Okay. Now important thing is all changes are to be made in the starting point to reach the end point. That means if you are starting with a cash book, you have to make changes in the cash book. You cannot make changes in the passbook. Now from the chapter of cash book making, we have understood one thing, that the cash column in the cash book always have a debit balance or zero balance, nil balance. Okay. But the bank column in cash book can have both debit or credit, either of these two. Okay. So when there is a credit balance, it means there is an overdraft balance. So when we are talking about BRS, we are talking about the bank column in the cash book. my bank balance is an asset. My cash book have a debit balance. It means I am dancing. It means I have a favorable balance in my cash book. It means it should be put in the plus item. Alright, got my point? When I say I have a credit balance as per the cash book, I mean I am crying. I don't have enough balance in my bank account. So it is not favorable for me. It is unfavorable. It is a liability for me. I have taken an overdraft from the bank. Alright, so it will be put in the minus item. Debit is dancing. So plus, it is favorable. Okay, it is an asset. Credit is crying. That means it is minus item. It is unfavorable. I have taken an overdraft. So whenever you are going to get balance as per cash book, you are going to think about the crying and dancing concept. Alright, for the cash book. Opposite goes for the passbook. Now passbook, as you know, is made by the bank people. So we are going to consider the bank point of view, and whatever effect that transaction or that entry will have on us is taken in the passbook. Now suppose in the passbook it is mentioned a debit balance. That means the bank is dancing now. Okay, just link it like this. The bank is dancing now. Why bank will dance? Whenever it will give me overdraft, because bank is going to get interest on that. Alright, but it is not favorable for me. See, bank point of view is also there and its effect on me also there. So bank has given me loan or overdraft. That's why it is happy. Now because this is an overdraft, it is a liability for me. It is not favorable to me. So it will go under the minus item. Now suppose it is mentioned balance, credit balance as per passbook, means now bank will be crying because I have a favorable balance. Bank cannot earn anything from me. Okay, they are not happy with me. Okay, so it is favorable for me. It is now my asset and it should go under the plus item. See, all this is a trick for you to not get confused. I'll take one example. Now example says on March 31st, 2019, bank statement of a merchant showed a credit balance of rupees 33,570. Whereas cash book showed debit balance of rupees 50,000. Okay. First step is to decide what you want to take as a starting point. Suppose I take my cash book as a starting point. Okay. Cash book says debit balance, means this is dancing. That means it is under plus item. That means it is favorable. All the three cases, whenever we are talking about cash book, we have to see dancing and crying concept. If I take balance as per bank statement or bank passbook, I say it is a credit balance. Now here, whenever we are talking about the passbook, we are saying why it is crying, why it is dancing, and its effect on me. So when I say bank statement have a credit balance, that means my bank the bank people are crying. Credit crying. Why? Because I have a favorable balance. They cannot get anything from me. So I have a favorable balance and it is under my plus item. In both the cases, whichever way you start, it will go under plus item. Second step comes, make two columns, plus item and minus items. Okay. Third is write the transactions and then put them under plus or minus. Now in this example, I will show you both the ways, starting point as passbook and starting point as a cash book. First, I'll take the starting point as my bank statement, that is passbook. So I have written here, I say balance as per bank statement is the credit balance. That means 33,570 will go under my plus item. The first transaction says check sent to the bank but not collected and credited amount to rupees 7,900. So first thing first is I will write this transaction here in my BRS. Checks deposited but not yet credited. As per the cash book, I have sent it to bank and I assume that it is there in my account, in my bank account. So 7,900 in the cash book, it is assumed as plus. So now the changes will be made in the passbook as per the cash book. You got my point? No, I know it is confusing. Okay, now as I told you before, whatever changes we are going to make in this bank statement to match it with the cash book. Okay, if I have taken this as a starting point, all the changes will be made here. In the cash book, we have assumed that there is a plus item of 7,900. Nothing to be done, just add 7,900 here also. Alright, now next is 3 checks drawn for rupees 3,000, 1,500 and 2,000 were not presented for payment. Again, in my cash book, I have assumed that I have deducted these 3 amounts. So, in my BRS also, I will deduct them. The total is 6,500. I will write the transaction checks issued but not yet presented for payment, and I will write it in my minus item. Got my point? Now next is bank has paid a bill payable amounting to rupees 10,000, but it has not been entered in the cash book. That means bank has made a bill payable. It has paid some money, and in my cash book no such entry is made. That means my cash book is in the plus item. What I will do, I will write the transaction bill payable by the bank but not entered in cash book, 10,000 under the plus item. You got it? Bank has deducted, bank has made payment, it has reduced my bank balance. I am not aware about it. I have not made an entry about it in my cash book. Now I have to do all the modifications, okay, in my passbook. So if the cash book is not showing deduction, I will add it again to my passbook. Alright, so 10,000 is added. Now again there is another transaction saying a bill receivable of rupees 5,000 which was discounted with the bank was dishonored by the drawee on due date. We assumed that a bill was about to be received of 5,000. Somebody has to give us money, 5,000 rupees, and he has to deposit it directly to the bank, but it was dishonored. We in our cash book have already added it, have already put it in the plus item, but now in my bank passbook we have to again add it because it is done in the cash book. Alright, so we will put 5,000 dishonored, bill discounted dishonored, 5,000 under the plus item. Okay, now there is bank has charged rupees 130 as its commission for collecting outstation checks. Bank has charged, bank has deducted it. We don't know, we have not made any changes in the cash book. So bank will also not make any charges. It will rather add it back 130 to our bank account. Bank has allowed an interest of rupees 100 on the trader's balance. That means bank has given us interest. In the cash book we are not aware about it. We have not added. So bank will automatically minus it in the BRS. Okay, interest allowed by the bank rupees 100 in the minus item. Alright, now I will total both of them. In the plus item the total is 56,600. In the minus it is 6,600. So which one is bigger? This one is bigger. By how much? 50,000. I will write the difference under the lesser one, 50,000. I have written this. Now what will be this written as here? It will be balance as per cash book. Starting point was balance as per passbook. End point is balance as per cash book. This balance is what my cash book should have after making changes to my passbook. This 50,000 is now matching with this 50,000 here. Now I will take another method where I will start the starting point as balance as per cash book. That was balance as per passbook starting point. Now in this case I have taken starting point as my cash book. So now in the question itself it is given balance as per cash book was 50,000. Debit balance dancing favorable, so it will be under plus item. Now next is check sent to the bank but not collected and credited, amounted to rupees 7,900. I have assumed in my cash book that I have made a plus of 7,900, but the bank has not done it. What I will do now in BRS? I will make all the changes in the cash book, because this is my starting point, as per the passbook. Alright, so bank has not received it, bank has not put in the plus item, so I will now deduct it from in my BRS. 3 checks drawn for rupees 3,000, 1,500 and 2,000 were not presented for payment. I have assumed in my cash book that I have deducted these 3 amount, but the bank passbook has not done such thing. So what I will do, I will automatically reverse it. I will say I will add it again. Okay, because my bank has not done it. Bank has paid a bill payable amounting to rupees 10,000, but it has not been entered in the cash book. Bank has already deducted 10,000 from our bank account. Okay, passbook, in the passbook they have shown minus, but now I have to make changes in my cash book. So I will also do minus. And a bill receivable of rupees 5,000 which was discounted with the bank was dishonored by the drawee on due date. Alright, I have written in my cash book that 5,000 I have received. Somebody had to make payment to me, so 5,000 is received. I have added, but my bank passbook has not added because it is dishonored. So I will also deduct it. So bill discounted dishonored 5,000 under the minus item. Bank has charged rupees 130 as its commission for collecting outstation checks. So this one charges bank has deducted itself, but I am not aware about it. So I have not done nothing about this in my cash book. So here are the bank charges. Okay, 130 rupees. Now next is bank has allowed an interest of rupees 100 on the trader's balance. That means bank has given us, it has add this rupees 100 in our passbook. So we will also add it in our BRS, 100 rupees. Alright, now I will sum up the total under the plus item, 56,600, and under the minus it is 23,030. Okay. Now which one is bigger? This one, plus item is bigger. So the difference will go in the minus item. This is the difference. Now what is this difference? This is the balance as per passbook. Because starting point was balance as per cash book. End point will be balance as per passbook. Now this balance is what my passbook should have after making changes in my cash book. Alright. So I have told you one example. And what if you take a starting point as cash book? What if you take a starting point as a passbook?